What's good, everyone? This is Mrs. Yolich. First of all, I just want to say that you are amazing and you're doing a really great job. I hope that you and your family are doing well as we continue to isolate ourselves because of this COVID-19 pandemic. And even if you're not doing so great in whatever situation you're going through right now, I want you to know that this too will pass. There's a saying that goes, it is not about how life knocks you down, but it's how you get back up. And if you find yourself down right now at this moment and you just want to take your time getting up, that's okay too, because at some point you just have to get back up, right? And you're just going to have to do it at your own pace and your own time. So, before we get things rolling about the unit, I just wanted to share a couple of pictures. Yes, that is me without my headscarf because I'm just chilling in the house. As you can see in the first two pictures, that's the family. We were celebrating my daughter's 6-year birthday. We had a little house party, just the four of us in our house. And that just happened last Friday. And then the black and white picture, I just took that today in the kitchen. I just wanted to show you guys the dual role that some of us teachers who are parents play. So this is me doing my thing and also homeschooling my two kids right now. So I just wanted to share that. Um, so I wanted to welcome you to your official fourth quarter English class. As you can see, our course is called Society and Self. Okay. So for the fourth quarter, our unit will be exploring justice and injustice through the poetry and rhyme and rhythm of Tupac Shakur. This topic is really important to me because there are a lot of injustices out here in this world that impacts us personally. I want to say that there are injustices happening right now because of this global pandemic that's affecting a disproportionate amount of people who happen to be black and brown. And I wanted to explore that and also exploring Tupac's poetry and your poetry as well. So this is your week one slide that you're looking at right now, and I'm going to post this on Google Classroom, and the video too will be on Google Classroom, obviously. So every week you will be working on three poems that I'm going to post on Tupac's poems. And what are the expectations that you have to do? So obviously you have to read the poems, you have to annotate them, and then you're going to answer the discussion questions that go along with it. And then every week, you're going to be working on a specific poetic device. That also means that you have to write a poem. Yep, you're going to have to write one poem every week in response to one of the three poems that I'm going to be posting every week. Okay? So that's just a minimum. So if you like writing, if you want to express yourself, you are more than welcome to write more than one poem. All right? So you will only be required to work for 30 minutes on one assignment every day. So things will be short and sweet. And for those of you who already know me, please expect a writing project to be completed. So don't say that I did not warn you. You know that you are going to do a project. Okay? So with that being said, I want to go ahead and get things started by explaining or re-explaining again for those of you who have not gone through with me any poetry unit. I'm very big on explaining the speaker in poetry, so read along with me. In poetry, the speaker is the voice behind the poem, the person we imagine to be saying the thing out loud. It's important to note that the speaker is not the poet. Even if the poem is biographical, you should treat the speaker as a fictional creation because the writer is choosing what to say about himself. So even though we're going to be reading poetry that's written only by Tupac, please don't assume that whenever I ask you, hey, who is the speaker in this poem, please don't answer, oh, it's Tupac. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm trying to get at, okay? So the speaker is a fictional creation that is the voice behind the poem. It is the voice or the character that's telling the story in the poem. Okay, so I'm going to explain that a little bit further in a little bit. The next slide I want to talk about the first skill we're going to be working on this week is on symbols and symbolism. So again, read along with me. Symbols are a thing that represents or stands for something else, especially a material object representing something abstract. So the word abstract is defined as something that you don't just have like one definition of it. It's something that's kind of difficult to grasp. And then symbolism, read along with me, please. Symbolism is a use of symbols to signify ideas and qualities by giving them symbolic meanings that are different from their literal sense. So on the bottom, I have 3 of these scenarios, and I'm actually posting this. Look for it too in one of the not handouts, but on one of the activity worksheets that you're going to be doing. I wanted to post this here because I want to explain that you're going to be analyzing and giving me the answer to the underlined words. Like, what do these words symbolize? All right, so I'm going to give you an example for the first one. An old woman giving her last dollar to a starving child. So on this worksheet, I'm going to ask you, hey, what does the old woman symbolize? What does the last dollar symbolize? And what does the starving child symbolize? So what's great about symbols is that you come up with your own answers, right? So for example, for the first one, the old woman symbolizes our planet, Mother Earth. And then the last dollar symbolizes the leftover resources that are, just not enough of. For example, clean water, clean air, and trees. Because to be honest, we are living in an earth right now where there's too much pollution, and our earth is not in a good place right now. And then the starving child represents the younger generation who literally are in a difficult situation right now because, Mother Earth has really no more to give unless this generation is going to be responsible for reversing the effects of global warming and climate change. Okay, so that's an example that I'm looking for. The next slide is one of the poems that you're going to be reading. Remember, I said that you're going to be reading 3 poems. So the first poem for the week is you're going to be reading The Rose That Grew from Concrete. And as you're reading this poem, I want you to type your answers. You see all of these questions I want you to answer. So as you can see, because there's no way to grab a highlighter and just annotate this, right? So I want you to identify 4 lines or words or phrases that stood out to you in this poem. And why did you choose these 4 lines or words or phrases? And then again, it's asking, hey, who is this speaker in the poem? And how do you know this? Please explain. And I hope you know that if you write, hey, Tupac is the speaker in this poem is Yolich, I will not accept that as an answer. Okay, so look out for my comments and suggestions when you get to that. Okay, guys, so that is it for now for the week 1 introduction. If you have any questions, just reach out via email and post your questions or comments on Google Classroom, and I will see you soon. Peace out.